Hi guys, this is Sean with Future View Gaming, and this will be Thought Process Episode 2. And in today's Thought Process, I go over some of the mistakes I make while playing an aggressive recon gameplay. Now, I skip a little bit to kind of fit it to where I can actually put this on YouTube. Right here you see me, I'm covering the objective. We've already set the bomb. This is Rush on Karg Island, and you see this guy doesn't notice me. I can actually take a little bit more time to kill him. He's trying to pick off the guys repairing our armor. We get the first bomb, and the first set of bombs, in my opinion, on this game, this map, are the hardest bombs. Now you see right there, I get picked off by the guy kind of hanging out behind the rocks. That's what I really don't like about the first set of bombs on this, because when you're attacking, it becomes a pretty much a zerg, because they know where you're coming from. They know right where you're coming from. They know you're coming across the ocean on the boats. And I believe, yes, we took both objectives. Now I respawn in, we take the second objective. And this is where I get Sure Shot. This is where I actually realized Sure Shot was in the game. Sure Shot is a friend of mine in JMOs. And I get him with the nade over the rocks because he just sniped at me. He tried to pick me off. Now I'll transition a little bit because some of the running is boring. I can sit here and go over the different routes I take and stuff, but yeah. Right here I go up top to these rocks. Now, I'm not much of a campy sniper. To me, that's some of the most boring gameplay you can see, is someone who sits on a rock and just shoots at people all the time. But what I'm doing here, I'm checking out the objective. I'm trying to get a couple people spotted, give my team a little bit of an idea of where everything is. I'm spotting the tanks. And I already know there's probably a couple people who know where I'm at. So I go over here, I set my soul flam. Now the soul flam has a lot of uses, but a lot of the time it's kind of useless unless you have people in your team that's using the javelin who can really get any kind of use out of it, or the guided missiles, stuff like that. And at this point I don't think anyone on my team was using them, so really all I was using it for was to get a couple good spots in, figure out where everyone is on the map. Now these guys are really holding down that mountain line behind B, which this set of bombs is, it's kind of a pain in the ass depending on how your team does it. Now it's not hard to take, but it's also not very hard to defend. Now right here I move up and I pick off Sure Shot again off the rocks, and this is another friend of ours, Predator. They were squatted up together against us, and we didn't set this up to try and make anyone look bad or look good, but we usually end up against each other a lot, and we always try and draw each other into these gunfights and stuff. And right there you see I'm pushing forward to the objective. We have, my whole team has an idea of where the enemy's main defensive line is, so I'm sitting here trying to get the spawn beacon to set, but for some reason the game won't let me, and I see my good friends once again using the head glitch spots. Now one of them I believe ran off to the side, and I'm over here, I'm like, okay, I'm out of cover. That was one mistake that I was making. So I go back over here, I try and get into an area where I can get a little bit of cover. I get hit, so I jump down behind this area. I call this area pipes. So I'm hiding over here, I'm using this cement for cover. I'm trying to jump and get a little bit of a peek in and see what he's doing. And it's kind of hard. I'm in a losing situation. I lose this gunfight because I pick a good place for cover. You can do a little bit of work from here, but when they get behind that little head glitch spot and you don't have a higher power optic, it's kind of a bitch to pick them out from there. And I couldn't really get none of my teammates over there to help me with it, so the way I saw it, I could stay over there. I could be a distraction. I can have this team shooting at me and keep them on me. Now I set the spawn beacon up over there because I was trying to get Jay to either fly over them and C4 them or get behind them and flank them, but communication kind of broke down, so I decided to take it into my own hands and C4. I got Sure Shot with it, which was very satisfying to me. I come over here, I do a little bit of work with the M249, which me and this gun have a love-hate relationship, like a lot of guns. And right here we see the guy mortaring in the trash can. Now I think this is stupid myself. You're sitting there trying to mortar. I understand you're trying to hold the team back, but you're mortaring right by an objective. Wouldn't it be smarter to mortar onto the objective? Any of you guys that are like big time mortar users, let me know. Now right here, See, I know where the entire enemy team is. There's not going to be many people behind me over here, if any. And yeah, I get picked off by the tank, which I was pretty much screwed either way. If I went into the building, he could have shot the building down on top of me. I probably would have bought the time to get out the other side, but I decided to try and stay on the outside route because that building's already been kind of pounded here and there. So I was like, which one's the lesser of two evils? Now right here, I showed this just to say, like, you see the tank, he's zerging, he's pushing back into where our deployment is. There's nothing you can do as a recon to a tank. You cannot kill a tank. You do not have tools or weapons that will even damage them. Your self-flam is a little helpful, but your best bet is to try and get around them. And right here you see he's focused on these guys on this rock, so I'm like, here, let me haul ass past them. I get down these rocks, I'm safe. The tank's not going to hit me. We got a javelin over there, and my team is pretty much going to work this guy down. Now I'm already spotted, judging by the AT guy in the stationary. So I'm over here. I'm like, okay, let me pick him off. I get a couple good shots in. And when you stand still, as Rival X Factor said, standing still reduces some of that bullet deviation. Now I really should have slow played this a little bit better. I got really lucky. The nade was perfect, and it really saved me a death right there. It allowed me to get over here. And I still get killed while I'm trying to set up everything. I'm trying to get a spawn. I try and figure out where people are. I try and get a spawn beacon set up over here so I can start getting my teammates right on the bomb. Because this set of bomb sites, it's a hard push, but once you push into it, you get people into it, it's harder to defend. So to me, this is really where recon is really helpful with the spawn beacons and stuff. Now, what I was doing there, the mistake there, I would say, was just not being aware of where everybody actually was. You see, after a minute, they started pushing up to this bomb over here. Now, Jay gave me a good little spawn. He played the spawn beacon. He gave me a good little spawn area where I can sit here. I can do a little bit of work. I end up getting killed over here anyway by this guy because I'm just I shoot low. I'm used to stuff like Call of Duty where people are drop shotting all the time. So my aim is almost always low, mid-body. I'm working on getting more of a headshot setting, and I've been doing that a lot more. In this video, this was like a while back. This was actually probably about 3 weeks ago. So now you see I set the spawn beacon over here, and we've pushed into the base, so it's pretty much just a matter of time for us to just get over here and take both of these objectives. Now, what I'm kind of wondering is, why is my team running over here and just they're ignoring the other objective? But they've got us swarmed. We get both of them set. I go out here, I figure, hey, I'm gonna draw these guys' attention over here. Why? Because the more of them are trying to shoot at me, the less of a chance they're really gonna be able to take out my team that's really right on the objective. And as a recon, you don't want to be right in the middle of the action. You want to be kind of to the, I guess, like where I'm at now. I'm right in it, but I'm off to the side where I can actually get a good view. I have a good sight line of where the bomb is, and I can keep it covered. Whereas you have a lot of recons who, they want to stay right in the middle of the action. Right there, the reason I died there, the reason I didn't even react to being shot there was, on the PlayStation, your sound tends to cut out, and it's horribly debilitating for someone who actually goes on a lot of audio cues and stuff. When your sound is completely out for a minute, it really hinders your gameplay. Now, right here you see I'm not pushing these bombs. I do push this bomb. The first bomb we got pretty easily. My team really picked that up quick, and that's because that's the easy bomb. Out of these two bombs, I would rather get the bomb site I'm looking at now before the other one. I believe this is bomb site A. I would rather get up there and get that one first because it's easier to cover. It's in an elevated position, and when you're pushing, you're always pushing away from it. Now, what I do here is I set up a spawn beacon. Now, this is again where I say the spawn beacon is one of the most useful tools in this game. It's one of the main reasons to really play recon, is if you want to get an advantage, a good vantage point on people, you want to be on recon because you can set that up for your whole team. Now with the spawn beacon set right there, it's fairly easy to just land on top of this building. And with my team landing on top of this building, we can pretty much keep it completely locked down. Now, getting up into the building in the first place from the ground floor, honestly, to me, is a pain in the ass. As you see, I rush, I get into a pretty big hurry, and I get picked off by the guy laying down off in the corner over here. Now, to me, that's just kind of a campy tactic, but honestly, I think he was laying there trying to get his health back. He'd been getting shot at, and he dies. So here's where the spawn beacon really comes into play, where it really helps me out. You see, I'm floating down. I land right on top of the building. Now, by the time I land, they're already over there defusing the bomb, so there's no real reason for me to try and rush down to take out the guy defusing. So I go over here. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're defusing it. Throw a nade down here. It's like, okay, set my beacon and push down the steps. Push down the steps, check around the little glitchy areas, and kind of use the bomb for a head glitch. You see, I see the guy jumping around over there, so it's like, yeah, he's jumping around over there, but he hasn't noticed me. And he's down. See, I get this bomb site too. I believe I got 3 or 4 of the bomb sites myself. So, to me, that's what aggressive recon's all about. You're playing on recon. You're staying on the objective. You're not sitting off in the side of a map just sniping at people randomly, which is really just annoying people, and you're just asking to be trolled. Now here I go for the little Rambo push, fly off the mountain feeling like, you know, I'm beasting through here. And it's like, oh shit, the building's gonna come down. So get away from the building. Keep looking for this guy who was in there kind of hanging out. Look around. I see the helicopter, but I wasn't sure if it was our helicopter or their helicopter. I want to be sure of what's going on around me. Use these walls for cover. And it's like, okay, there's nobody around me. They've already started backing off. They're either been picked off or they're backing off to the other bomb. I'm laying over here trying to call my support guy over here. I'm like, hey, Jay, throw me an ammo box. Stop being so fucking lazy and throw me an ammo box. That's what I love about having someone on support in your squad. Even if they don't throw ammo boxes, which is a habit a lot of support guys get, they forget they are pretty much ammo batteries. So when you have one that you can actually yell at without having to switch up settings to like a team chat setting, it's really nice. And I hate chasing people down, spamming select on them, hey, give me ammo, shooting at them and all that shit, because they'll sit there and ignore you the whole fucking time. Now right here, we've already pushed to the last set of bombs. And these bombs are... This is another annoying bomb site. One where I'd rather get a bomb before going over here to the one at the very back of the building. Why? Because the one at the back of the building is on the ground level. It's easier to get to. And it's a little bit harder to cover than a bomb, because a bomb is up top. You can keep a bunch of people kind of stacked up around it, and you can keep people off of it. Now, if you don't stack people around it and someone gets up on it, you're not going to get them off of it. They're going to set the bomb. Your best choice is to go up there, kill them, and defuse. But we're getting close to the end of the video. I go over here, I get the quick bomb set. I'm like, yeah, we're setting both bombs at the same time. Everyone's focused on this other one, so I'm going to go get the easy set. Who knows, I'll actually get to blow it up. Yeah, you see Jay, he goes over, he's checking everything. He's trying to cover from the staircase. I try and pick this guy up before he gets my teammate. Doesn't really work too well. And I'm not sure what happened there. He seemed like he was glitching a little bit. This guy comes up behind me. I get the nice little 180 Rex kill. And I end the video with a nice stab on Predator, which I've already commented on in my other montage that shows it where I chase him around up here. So what I'd like to say is, you know, thank you guys for subscribing, and Team PTFO is in the works pretty soon. Now, if you like the thought process idea where I go over some of my mistakes and I give y'all some tips, let me know and I'll keep on doing it. Anyways, this has been Sean with Future View Gaming, and have a good one.